So students, now let's understand some of the easiest and the most important functions of the amino acids. So first thing which is easy again, it is sugar substitute, because in the last class we have learned that there are two amino acids which are sweet, and you have done that in the home assignment also. The amino acids are glycine and alanine. Both of them are sweet to taste. Then in the same manner, we have amino acids which can easily act like a buffer. So the main property is, but buffer is something which stabilizes the pH of the medium. So amino acids can be added into the medium of reaction, and being amphoteric, if you remember this property we have learned in the last class, amphoteric means carrying both the negative or the negative positive zeta ionic form, or we learned that they can react with both acids as well as with the alkalis. So because they are able to react with both, they are called, because they are able to act in both manners, they are called as amphoteric. So they are used in the human body also as a biological buffer. Because they are amphoteric in nature, they are able to function as buffers. The next function of the amino acid is the another easy one, that is the antibiotics. There are several antibiotics which possess proteins and non-protein amino acids. So there are many antibiotics which carry amino acids. For example, penicillin is there. For example, gramicidin is there. So these antibiotics have an important role in the human body also, because they are taken to fight against the disease-causing microorganism. And because antibiotics are for against the life of the harmful microorganism, so they play an important role, and this role is because of important amino acids present there. Then in the same manner, there are histamines. Now what exactly are histamines? Histamines, now from this name you can easily make out, histamine is derived from histidine. Histidine is one amino acid, if you remember. So histamine is formed by decarboxylation. I have mentioned it here, removal of the carbon dioxide. Decarboxylation of amino acid called as histidine. Now remember, in the case of human body, there are many cells which are able to prepare histamine. And why histamine is so important? You must have found one thing. Whenever we get injury or whenever we get some bruises on the skin or the body, you'll find that there will be some swelling in that area, some red color rash will be there, and then you feel like scratching that area, and then there will be heat coming out from that area. Reason is, but this is all called as inflammatory response. So whenever there is an inflammatory response, inflammation means, inflame means heat and redness and temperature increase. So whenever there is an inflammatory response, it is even possible in the case of allergies also. You know what is allergy? It's a response, it's an exaggerated response or unwanted or too much heightened or hypersensitivity response of the immune system against something which is not so important as an antigen. So human body sometimes shows allergy to very small things also. Allergies are quite common, but they don't pass from person to person. Now there are allergic inflammatory reactions, and histamine play an important role in that. Reason, histamine causes dilation of the walls of capillaries. So capillary walls will be dilated. As the walls dilate, the pipe diameter is going to increase. Dilation means to cause it to increase. So as the capillary walls are going to become loose, the size of the wall will increase, size of the lumen will increase. So pipe becomes wider. As the pipe becomes wider, what will happen now? The pressure is going to decrease. So this is the effect, that this will decrease the blood pressure. Remember, histamine is also involved in the constriction of the smooth muscles as well as increasing the release of the gastric gland juices. So these are the functions of histamine, and histamine is a modification of amino acid called histidine. Now another one is the methionine. Now remember, methionine you'll be learning again in detail in 12th class, because when you learn the topic of DNA forming DNA, it is called as replication. When DNA forms RNA, it is called as transcription. When RNA forms the proteins, it is called as translation. So whenever translation starts, the first amino acid to come during translation is always methionine. So this is a very important function of this amino acid.